Hey, Seth, look at me now. 3, 2, 1.
No, we need to talk
Welcome.
about at least 15 more minutes.
Right, this is how today is going to go.
The whole thing's going to be
all right.
There we go.
3, 2, 1.
Fuck Dale.
Welcome to another episode of Huff and Brown.
Yay.
Yet again, here we are. Seth Huff, how are you doing today, bro?
Good, man. It's a later one.
Yeah, you look good today, man. You look healthy, bro.
Cool, dude. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, way to take a compliment, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, today is the first episode that we've had a lady guest.
We have not one, but two lady guests today. Popping cherries.
Well, I don't know if it really counts because Vanessa's been in the background on most of them, but she's being Dale today. And
I finally get a platform.
Yeah, Dale couldn't make it tonight.
Why could Dale not make it tonight? Let's see. Let's see. Was he working today?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't working. He doesn't work tomorrow either, I don't think.
He's off tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he's just not here. Maybe do you think we've offended him or something?
I don't know, man. But we'll probably touch on that a little bit later.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck Dale. Hashtag it.
Yeah. Vanessa already said fuck Dale, so
yes.
It's already a hashtag.
He's gotta know. He knows.
Anyway,
right, fuck Huff, dude.
What did I do?
Dude, fuck you, dude.
Okay.
Talk about our fucking guest, dude.
Yeah.
Don't fucking look at me, dude.
All right, so our guest today is a good friend of mine I've known for a long time. She's a very talented person, and her name is Faith Tucker. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hey,
Give her a round of applause.
I'll give myself one too.
Come on, girl.
Do you have any
Most
sort of like
people usually do.
Do you have like any kind of introduction you want to just like go off the bat with?
There's a lot people know about me, but there's something that not a lot of people know about me. I would say it's one of my hidden talents.
All right.
Do you guys want to see?
Yeah.
Yes.
And for those that can't see, I'm sorry because you're missing a seriously amazing thing.
Oh.
I can put my ear inside my ear.
What?
You can put your ear inside your ear, like you can fruit roll up your fucking ear.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
All right.
Yeah,
won't.
so if somebody's talking shit to me, they're not saying something I want to hear. I can just sort of flip them in and...
Whoa.
Bro, what the fuck is...
It's like personal.
That's like
earbud.
rubber fucking ear. That's like
That's
synthetic.
the
that
best
one?
party trick I've ever
All right,
seen.
yeah.
Are you lying? Because I'm not seeing any ears. Oh shit! There.
All right.
Whoa.
And then to just pop it out, I sort of just raise my eyebrows up.
All right. So thanks for bringing a fucking cyborg on the podcast today, Seth. This is like a fucking Stepford.
Have you ever,
it's
have
like
you
a
ever
fucking
used that, like,
AI, dude.
in like a serious scenario where somebody was pissing you off so much, you're just like, you know what?
I should. I really
I
should.
think you should in the near future. I've known you for a long time. I didn't know you could do that shit.
Yeah.
It's
I sort
impressive.
of discovered it over the past 2 years that, this is a talent I have and I should utilize it.
I mean, your ears and your nose just keep growing as you get older. They don't stop growing. So.
Have you noticed that whenever you cut yourself, you just see like wires and shit running through you, and you
Like
don't
you're
bleed?
A robot,
Right.
Like you're a cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay. Great, Seth.
All right. So, okay. Fuck Dale. You're privy to like podcasts and stuff, shit like that.
I am.
And I've seen a couple of the things that you've done, like on the video podcasts and shit. And sometimes you have to like eat terrible things and like drink terrible things. What's the worst thing that you've had to ingest on camera?
Hands down, I've eaten a lot of very, very hot things that were super painful, like physically painful. I ate a lollipop that was 8 million Scoville, which on the pepper scale, the Scoville scale, it's up there.
It doesn't go over 1 million, right?
I don't think so. So
So it's 8 million? Like
Hey,
on hot
dude.
ones?
So, yeah, it was like a hot ones type thing.
Yeah.
But the worst thing I've ever had to eat on camera was Oreos dipped in ranch.
That was the worst tasting thing, really?
The worst tasting thing I've ever tasted.
What kind of podcast were you on that where you were eating like weird
So
shit?
this was a thing called dorm room dinners. And so they handed us these meals without telling us what they were. We sort of had to describe what they were. First one was amazing. It was a breakfast sandwich, like egg, cheese, bacon, and the buns were 2 Pop-Tarts, strawberry Pop-Tarts. That was delicious.
All right.
I
That's
see
not
it.
too bad.
Yeah,
It
not
sounds
at all.
a little weird, but don't knock it till you try it.
That's like a
No,
glazed
I like
donut with
all
the
of those
sausage patty
things.
in the middle.
The second thing was a ramen burrito. Just sort of tasted like all bread
That doesn't
products
sound too bad either,
In
though.
a,
It,
I
it was
don't
a
know.
tortilla with ramen in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that just sounds like a struggle fucking
was-
taco.
not good. And being from Cincinnati, I was like, wow, I wish this was a Chilito right now. I would always from Skyline Chili.
Skyline Chili.
Shout out to Skyline Chili. Vanessa
Shout
knows.
out to
Seth
Skyline
knows.
Chili.
That's
Spencer's
what I
a
Doesn't know.
I've seen Skyline Chili frozen products in like grocery stores.
Well,
and
do
stuff,
yourself
and they
a
look
favor.
fucking
Buy
gross.
some and eat them.
They would,
Isn't
and
it
he
like
would get
isn't it
mad-
like
his
that
family
watery,
would get
soupy
mad
kind
at
of
me.
chili over some spaghetti?
You could probably drink it out of a glass if you wanted to. Honestly.
Exactly. So I would always order a Chilito, which is like the chili and the cheese inside a burrito, but I would ask them to add spaghetti into my
you did that
burrito.
too?
Oh, absolutely,
God,
girl.
you're my queen. God damn it.
And I would also ask for that extreme cheese. Extreme cheese.
Oh my god, dude! You gotta go extreme with the
Put it
cheese,
in
You
dude.
gotta go extreme.
They're like
And
it's way too hot, and you're like, no, it's not
No,
that
it's-
hot. It just got a little zing to it.
it's like pepper jack.
It's hot coming out though. I'll tell you that
I
much.
believe that.
I'm like, put as much as you can.
Liquidy fiery
According to
shit.
the Ohio palate, that is quite spicy.
White hot.
Dude, I have a hole in my sock. Sorry, guys. I just noticed that.
Man.
Cool, dude.
God, you ruined the whole fucking
I
thing.
ruined the whole cast. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I
Indian
take back
style.
what I said earlier about you like looking like you're healthy and doing good. Like,
The hole in
nah,
the
I take
sock.
that back.
But they
Put 'em
would,
over
Really
the
throws it off, dude.
So, ranch dressing and Oreos was the grossest out of. What was like?
Probably
was there
the-
more before that? Like, so you had the.
The grossest thing I've ever tasted, I've eaten a lot of really weird things. I've eaten a fish eyeball on a dare,
I've actually.
and
done
it was
that too.
a fried fish eyeball working at a restaurant.
That's
I worked
small
at-
though. You just chewed up.
Yeah, I worked at a seafood restaurant. They were like, do this. And there
did it.
wasn't any money with it or anything. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. So I ate it. It just sort of gushed in my mouth, but it didn't taste terrible. Oh, that was
it would,
not sexual.
Yeah.
But
All
Get
right.
into it.
I feel
All
like it
right,
would be
now.
a savory gusher.
I'm gonna say,
Savory gusher.
and that makes me think of this one
That's
time.
on my Tinder profile right now.
savory
Gusher.
Oh, that, gross.
We should pitch that to Fruit Gushers.
Yeah.
The savory gusher. It's got some fucking Copenhagen inside
That's
of it.
what Gusher's slogan should be. Like, you want to know how it feels to just get blasted in your mouth? Eat Gushers.
It makes me think of this time that I went to this Asian restaurant with Vanessa and my family, and they were doing this thing called a food tour, and it was like of some Asian Oriental country, and this lady brought out this soup, and she was like, "Eat a pig intestine and a blood," and I was like, "Hey, wait, we repeat that?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's pig intestine and blood."
Like
Shout out to
coagulated blood?
Keith who ate the whole damn
It was
thing.
like a blood broth.
Because I've had coagulated pig blood before.
It was blood based. It was like blood soup with like pig innard, and I was like, really glad we signed up for this.
Your dad ate the whole
And
thing.
my dad
though.
ate the whole thing. I said, hard pass for me. I did a little.
I'm pretty sure
Hard
it's like
pass.
a Vietnamese thing. They like.
I
put
believe
blood
it,
in
and
shit.
hey, I'm not saying that I'm not open to trying all sorts of stuff, but it really did not. I wasn't. I wasn't that hungry.
Well, good for you, but what'd your dad think about it?
Dude, he cleaned the fucking bowl.
No,
dude.
no.
He must have
He
loved
cleaned it and he said, I wouldn't eat it again.
Yeah,
But still ate the whole
he still
thing.
downed it. He said, "When in Rome."
Dude, that's a fucking
Sounds like
man.
a dad thing.
That's a
Yeah.
fucking man right there.
It
Like,
was,
I didn't
dude.
like it, but
Look at Phoebe. She's in front of the
she's right in front of the camera. She always does that. I hope she knocks it over.
Oh, lady.
All right, so along with like the eating weird shit, I remember
Okay.
like a while ago, you pitched an idea for me about a show called Eat This Bug or Else.
Yeah. So
Which should still happen, honestly, but you should explain
I
that.
know we need to do this. So if y'all are on board, we can start this, make $1 million.
All right.
It's a show I came up with called Eat Bugs or Else. So each episode we bring in a different live bug. I don't know what kind of bug.
There
but
gotta be
it's-
something kind of
it's
fucking nasty.
Something definitely gross, but it's definitely alive. And so the premise of the show is sort of like a truth or dare thing. But
Like Fear Factor, except you're eating it.
yeah, so instead of like,
You don't like win money, but like, you know.
So
Oh,
say
just
Seth would
pride.
say, would you kill someone you know for this amount of money? I would say, I don't know how I feel about that. Well, he
Sounds
would
like
say,
you're
"You have
trying to
eat this
contract
bug."
me to do a hit, and you're going to prison. That's what it sounds like.
Or
Yeah.
the other, actually,
I like.
the way we thought of it was, you eat the bug, or else you have to do something totally out of context
Of my choosing, too.
of his choosing.
And the thing is, like, it could be like eat this cheeseburger instead. Or it could be like, go make out with this homeless person. You know what I mean? It could be either one.
It's up to him.
So it's like, eat this live grasshopper, or else do what I planned for you to do.
I'm like, I take the gram of protein, dude, all day.
Yeah.
Well, you never know what it's.
But it
gonna
could be something terrible.
Like
a
what?
roach.
What would be
It could
what?
be
Nothing
What
good.
would be the most terrible thing you could think of it to be?
Nothing illegal.
Like a roach. That would be.
No, nothing illegal. Like maybe something like, you have to live on the street on Broadway for a day.
For a day?
Yeah, and she has to do it or eat the bug.
I'd be like, I eat the bug, dude.
But she doesn't know what the thing is before she sees
So
the
you're
bug.
just like,
So it could really be the grossest bug
So
you've
you-
ever seen.
right, and you're just like, okay, bug or do this.
But I don't tell her until she decides whether to eat the bug or not.
Yeah, so it's like bug.
But
or
she doesn't
dare.
get to see the bug beforehand.
No, she can see the bug. I'll be like, here's the bug. Okay, eat that, or do what I, or else. Do
I'm
what
just saying, I would eat the bug. Like somebody like Seth, he probably wouldn't want to eat the bug. He would think it was ooey.
So you're saying we should hide the bug from plain sight and say, "Eat this bug or else," and you pick one.
Yeah, I would say, okay,
And then the bug comes out and it's a tarantula, and you're
exactly.
like, "Oh, kill me."
I gotta eat the bug now. You know?
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
might be interesting too.
Yeah, it'd be like, okay, you're gonna eat the bug or do this crazy thing Seth has thought of, and you're like, can this bug really be worse than what Seth is trying to get me to do, or will I do this crazy thing Seth wants me to do? I'll eat the bug.
You
and
don't
then
know
they're
my
like,
mind,
oh
dude.
fuck, I
I
maybe
could
want
think of some crazy shit. I'd be like, swim a mile down the Cumberland River. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would be like, cool. Wait, with current or without current?
Against the current.
You can, good
I would
luck,
be like,
dude.
I
Good
will
luck.
drown regardless. So
Yeah.
I'll take the bug.
I don't know. There's still a couple kinks we got to work out in that.
We got to figure it out. But anyway,
Great concept though. I thought it was great. Anyway, so Dale's not here today.
Oh, did
What?
we not already talk about that?
Oh, did we?
Oh, yeah. Guess what? Hey V,
What's up?
Dale's not here
So V's being Dale because Dale didn't.
because
show
Dale's
up?
being a little
He
bitch.
didn't show up, and he's not working. He's not working tomorrow. He didn't help you move.
He didn't help
He
you
didn't help
move.
me move.
is it because of me?
I think
I think
gotta
he's a
be.
sexist pig.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. I think he
yeah.
was like, where Huff and Brown are having their inaugural female episode, and even though V might tell me to stop breathing, or
You'll
you
see
know,
later.
Faith
You're-
might ask me to try to put a random bug in my mouth. You know, I'm still here. Seth is still here, but Dale's misogynistic, sexist, fucking. What's the word?
Mini Trump?
Wait, what's the word? Mini Trump? Yep, that's it. It's fucking toxic masculinity at its finest. DALE spells toxic
And
masculinity.
you know what?
Fuck Dale.
Doesn't he smoke mini Trumps?
He does. He smokes
Mini
fucking mini
Mavericks.
Mavericks, dude, like a little fucking PBR drinking East Nashville hipster.
Dude, we put our blood, our sweat, and our tears into this podcast. We take time out of our week where we could could be doing anything else, and Dale's just la-di-da, lollygagging, just like, oh, hey, Dale, how you doing? You coming over tonight? Oh, no, man, I don't think I'm going to be there tonight. Sorry. Oh, okay, Dale.
People take time out of their day
Yeah.
to be here to talk to us.
And to listen to this,
have
because we have
the
tons of
privilege
listeners.
to be in the room with us and speak with us. Faith took time out of her busy schedule of eating bugs to fucking be here.
Dude, Faith got lost on the way here. Had to drive like half an
she
hour.
ended up in fucking Camden,
Yeah.
dude.
Did y'all know that there's another Old Hickory Boulevard?
Yeah, it's in a scary place, like right by
It is.
Trinity.
I pulled up and I was like,
Yeah.
You're like,
so
"Hey,
I was
I'm
on
here."
the phone with Seth and he said, did you turn up left up the hill to the apartment complex yet? Are you in the apartment complex? I said, well, I turned left and there's a discount mart and an abandoned building.
It's a scary place.
So I don't know where I am.
I've
Seth
been
is
there.
like, oh
Turn
yeah, you
around.
see
I've
the
been there.
green building over there? Go in the side door to the
No, dude.
green building.
Dude, I literally said, do you see the giant like castle, like Muslim castle? Like that's across the
Hindu.
street.
It's a Hindu
Hindu.
temple.
I'm sorry. Okay. I was panicking. Sorry.
Sexist pig, but Seth don't even know what type of religion.
Whatever.
What religion's which?
I'm
It's all the same.
a Christian.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you made it here and didn't get mugged on the other Old Hickory.
I am too. There was a really hot spot on the corner though.
Oh, really?
Of the little town. It was a little restaurant called Choppers, and it was only probably white 50 to 60-year-old couples on their Harleys
Oh, hell.
at
yeah.
Choppers. And I was like, well, why don't we just do the podcast here?
You can listen to some fucking Bob Seger, drink some Michelob Ultras, and
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
kick back. Some
Throw on
Sons
some
of
Greg Allman
Anarchy.
and
Right?
just kick
Yeah.
back. That would have been way better. Why didn't you pitch that? We should have done that.
Yeah, I would have fucking.
It might have been a little noisy. You know how they get.
Yeah.
They're rowdy.
You know how they get them rowdy folk.
Oh, man.
Hey, guess what? Hey, rate this.
Wow. Okay. 6.
Oh, thanks, dude. Solid, dude. It's
Okay,
a
well,
devil number.
Who do you think would win in a fight? Who would in a fight between me and you in an MMA match?
In
We were
an
talking about
MMA
this.
match.
MMA.
I thought you said in an anime match.
Oh.
It was like,
Either
if you
one,
were both
honestly.
anime characters, definitely maybe Seth because he's
yeah.
smaller than Spencer, so he would have the secret weapon
Yeah.
type
Like an
type
anime.
dealing
He would be
in
the,
anime.
the main character because he would be like the likable underdog that in reality is like it's like the anime is like Seth's in his head. It's like his dream, and he's really like really fucking stupid and just terrible. And in his mind, he's an anime character that's just badass and beats up all these big fucking things that are always fucking just weighing over him. And that's me in the anime thing. But in an MMA match, when we were in a ring together with the fucking blood and guts, unless I was like had broken legs or both my arms tied behind my back, I think I don't know. I think it'd be a close one.
I don't think that's how it would go at all. And by the way, your anime idea would be a cool show. So thank you for that.
I think it would be
I don't
cool,
give a
dude.
fuck.
Just cut me in on
It
it.
was actually my idea
Yeah, I think. Oh, did we just steal?
because you guys said MMA and I said, oh, I thought you said anime. Like,
I said
she
more
you know,
like-
she
Seth
really
would
did
win
spawn
because
that whole idea.
I said more like.
So I'll just
it was
fuck
like more of a
off.
mumble.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Faith did take that.
Anyway, let's go UFC then. You versus me, UFC. We go into the ring. The ref's like, let's have a fair fight. You know what I mean? And we touch gloves.
All right, let's stock it up first. Seth Ewan, Seth Huff,
It's pronounced Ewing. not
whatever.
Ewan.
Ewan.
I'm not-
Come,
I'm
enter
not
in the
fucking
ring.
Obi-Wan
from the
Kenobi
left
from-
side,
He went to
hailing
Peter,
from
you know he doesn't
Cincinnati,
know English.
Ohio, weighing in at a whopping. How much do you weigh?
165.
165 pounds, standing at a staggering. How tall are you? How
I'm
tall?
6 foot.
Standing at a staggering 6 foot even. Seth, the man who's about to get destroyed. Oh,
Ooh, not a good name.
not a good man.
Terrible name, but still. and then there's like, and then the announcer's like, and what
All right, now
corner-
you do mine. You do mine.
Wait, we're in the octagon, so there's no corners.
Yeah.
Sorry. And over on this side of the octagon, opposite from the side that Seth's in, he's standing at 6'7".
6'7".
Yeah, I knew how tall you were. You
Yep.
didn't know how tall I was.
No,
You're not a very
it's
good friend.
irrelevant.
Weighing at How much?
With 300 pounds.
No, you don't.
I get a scale.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm not a very good
I
friend.
fluctuate between a solid like 290 to 300.
Okay. Weighing at 290, maybe 300 pounds. He has 34 losses and 2 wins. His record is 2-34. It's Spencer, the guy that's about to get embarrassed by a smaller dude than him and smarter and better looking. Brown. Okay, so the
bad name too.
bad name, yeah, whatever. No, everybody's like, yeah, good name, great name. So anyway, the whole crowd's for me. All right, so the match starts, ding, and then I immediately just like I come off the ground. I immediately go horizontal, 4 feet into the air. You know, my legs are right in line with your neck. Scissor kick, and I just break your fucking neck, dude. And then you fall on the ground, and the ref's like, checks your balls, dead. And then I jump on top of the thing. I'm like, yeah. And everybody's like, yeah, good job. We knew that was gonna happen.
I found 2 faults in your plan here.
Okay.
1, I'm pretty sure you don't have a 4-foot vertical. You just
Well,
don't have the muscle mass.
let's
2,
go to the tennis
I don't
court and
think
I'll
you
show
can
you.
even crawl up to the top of the fucking octagon and just stand there and be all like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
what
you have
they do
the
when
upper
they
body
win.
strength to pull yourself up there.
No, I do, because I had the body strength to scissor kick the shit out of you, dude.
All right, I'll give you that
Right
one,
here.
dude. All right, I'll
Dead.
give you that. I'll give you that win, dude.
How do you
Okay,
how
well-
do you think the match would go?
So,
Sorry.
so, hey, Faith, so I have a question for you.
Wait,
While they
wait,
stroke
okay.
each other's dick, what are you doing now?
See, I told you this is how the episode was going to go. They're going to have a conversation, and then
What am I doing now?
Oops!
Hey.
I thought this was our show.
It is our show. So, hey, Seth, let's just take a break. Hey, let's let our guests talk a little bit.
Okay.
Vanessa, Turk,
I wanted to
and
hear what
Faith,
you thought the match
Tucker.
was gonna
Yeah,
sound
I did
like
too.
then.
But hey, let's
But, oh,
hey,
let's
hey,
just
hey, it's inaugural
Ask me
female
again.
episode, dude.
What do you think the match was going to go like?
I was going to say, oh, this is UFC. Well, now it's WWE. So this is some raw shit.
All right.
I'll
we
tell you
know about
what.
that.
Y'all don't know, but you're actually a tag team. And all of a sudden, they bring up Faith and Vanessa on the stage. We're the Scissor Sisters. And
Thither me timbers.
and we're not gay, but we still go by the name.
Because it's a strong name and shows that we're powerful.
It shows that we're powerful, and it shows that we can
It rolls off the
cut
tongue
your
well.
necks just like you scissored his neck. We'll scissor your necks. Okay? So here's the deal. We get up on, it's not a stage. I keep calling it a stage. We get up on the stage. and
It's called the octagon.
we scissor the shit out of y'all's necks. So you thought you were scissoring his neck the whole time. Joke's on y'all. We're both about to scissor your necks. Y'all
scissoring our
pass out.
dicks?
Bro, they're scissoring our necks, dude. I'm fine. Yeah, dude.
We scissor your necks until you pass out. You pass out. We stump on your stomachs. A little tummy rumbles. And then we
Fire explosions from the entrance.
fires explode from your anus because we stumped on your tummy so hard. And then we win. They bring us the belt.
1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 ding.
Wow. And we're just sitting there dickless. Our
Yeah,
dicks are
fucking
gone.
dickless fucking bitches,
They're gone.
dude.
They're gone.
Wait a second. If you're scissoring him and I'm scissoring him, who's scissoring him over there? That's what I would say. I'd be dead though. I might be able to say it.
Yeah, we'd be dickless.
Anyway,
fucking
I'm glad you
corpses.
asked that I'm glad I asked that because
That's
that
when
was-
Macho Man Randy Savage resurrects, and then
All right. Well, that brings us.
our match just brought Macho Man Randy Savage back to life.
Back to life.
That
true.
is that is how good our performance.
Don't even
He comes back
don't
to
even
life,
hey
and
don't
he's
even
like-
fucking play with me
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
don't even talk
Hey,
about Macho Man
Like that.
Like that.
Like
don't even
that.
play like that.
Don't play like it.
All right, here's like a real question about women.
Okay.
All right.
All right. How do you feel about that whole movement? What was it, World War II? When all the men were out to war, and you got that lady with her arm
You
up
talking
like
about
that?
G.I. Jane? Fucking what's her name?
Yeah, in today's
Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah.
Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah.
in today's society, if something like that came out, like a picture like that, and I know it was trying to empower women back then, and be like, yeah, we're gonna work too, but today with like the sensitive PC, like, you know, I guess you could say, feminist society, do you think they'd be like, fuck that, we don't have to do that? You know what I mean? Like, does that make any sense to you?
Well, I think it doesn't make sense because now women are allowed to be in the military.
That was kind of the whole deal, Seth.
So, because they couldn't be in the military, they had to work at home and provide for the people that were overseas. So they were working in factories, making artillery, making weapons, making bullets, making cars, doing whatever they needed to do. Here's the thing. I don't think that a woman today would look at that picture and say, that's offensive. I think they would say, "Oh,
That's
that reminds me of
badass
a
bitch
that's
that
a
did it."
that's a bad bitch. Like
Yeah.
we did that and we can do that."
And
That's kinda like the
they
like-
did do that, and that's the beautiful thing is that through that picture, we're able to look at that and be like, okay, well, we're more than what we think we are, really, because these women before us said, okay, well, we're gonna take charge then because nobody else will, even though when they come back from war, we'll still have to go back home and be prim and proper and not talk, only spoken when spoken to, even though we held down the fort, and they still did the damn thing, even though that they knew that would be the outcome. But now we can take that and lead the way and be like, yeah, we don't need to do that anymore. We can keep being a bad bitch, and yeah, they're still gonna respond a certain way, and we're gonna get yeah. No, we're not
Right.
gonna take
Yeah,
it.
I know. Like, I mean, I agree, but like one of my friends like was like, the fact
Then
they
they
had
don't
to
know
make a poster
history.
about it offends me, and I was like, why? It's still
Well,
like,
that's not right.
yeah.
Then she doesn't know history. Then that's
I'm not going to
basically-
say she's not right, but she just is not informed about history.
Yeah.
Like, I am very into history and also into war history. My great-grandfather was in World War II. He was shot down by the SS. He was a bomber pilot in 1943, I would say, and was shot down by the SS in France. His plane went down in flames in this little country, and everybody survived. Everybody made it out. He was the one person that got taken to POW camp. And when he came back, he nobody knew like where he was or what he was doing for the period of like a year and a half that he couldn't communicate with anyone. So when he got back to Tennessee, he's from Chattanooga, nobody was there waiting for him when he got off the train because they didn't know. They thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And so he got off immediately, divorced my great-grandmother, had terrible PTSD, and people looked down on him for it because they didn't know that PTSD was a thing back then. So it's like sort of the same thing in a sense. Like, people just weren't aware of like, oh, this is a problem and we need to deal with it.
Yeah, people
Like,
weren't even privy to knowing what I mean, they knew a prisoner of war camp, like, yo, it's a place you want to go, but not necessarily understanding to the extent of like what that actually is. Yeah,
Right.
and like to even back then, bro, how could you not expect somebody to be fucked up after going through some traumatic shit like that?
You know what's funny too?
How long was he in a POW camp? Do you know?
About a year and a half. He landed in this town, had to jump out of his parachute. And that's another thing, like, about women. Like, you don't have to be a certain type of female. You can see the Rosie the Riveter thing and want to be, okay, I'm going to the factory. I'm going to work my ass off and help these people and do this physical labor. Or you can be the type of woman that's creative and be like, hey, this man just landed in my town. I'm going to take his parachute and make it into clothing. These little women in France when my great grandpa landed, dropped his parachute, left it there, ditched it because he would get caught either way, and ran away. And we got to go over and visit as a family 5 years ago, 70th anniversary. And they had on display in this museum clothing that the women of the town had made out of his parachute.
Jeez,
Oh
bro.
my god.
They had made tops, bottoms, a wedding dress. Like, regardless of what kind of woman you are, you have the mind to be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do. So if you want to make bullets and ammo and machine guns for the army, go ahead and do it. If you want to make a wedding dress out of like a parachute, do it.
And
There's no limitation.
And it just goes back to like necessity is the mother of invention, and just the fact that you can just create something out of nothing. And with my grandfather, he grew up in Dusseldorf, Germany during World War II, and a lot of people don't realize that if you lived in Germany and you didn't follow the Nazi Party, no, you didn't go into a labor camp, you would be left to starve. And I guess they got off because my great grandfather, he was originally in a tank, but he didn't want to kill anybody because he's a good ass motherfucker. Shout out to Carl Tigges. What up?
Yo, what up, Carl Tigges?
He had a
Shout out,
Carl.
He had a panic attack inside of a tank and was discharged
Oh my
because
God, I
he
can't
because he
fucking
couldn't because he couldn't do it. He didn't want to. He was the engineer and he didn't want to do anything. And so since they were left to starve, my great grandmother, she taught my grandfather how to sew, how to cook, how to clean sulfur off of a roof, because that acts as a conductor and could blow up your house. She taught him every single little thing, and it's just, she wasn't just a mother that tried to survive. She taught how to survive and how to survive during this horrible just destruction of a city and a people altogether. And that's what makes, in my eyes, such a strong woman. And she was shorter than I was, and she was yelling at Nazis as they passed by her house, and people told her to stop because they're watching the house now. But she didn't give a shit. Because she was a Catholic woman, and she didn't care what religion or if you were gay, whatever it was that the Nazi Party was against. She was in full support of protecting the people that needed to be protected, even if that meant that she had to starve and they had to, And so
That's
I think
badass, dude.
That's like,
and
you
she
know,
helped
this is 100% fact. All of our like grandparents or great grandparents, like we're like 100 times more bitch than any of them.
Totally.
Like 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Like
without
we're
a doubt.
like I'm soft as fucking camel shit, dude.
You know what's the worst
you know,
part?
Oh,
I'm-
yeah.
I'm a super bitch compared to my grandfathers, both of them.
And the four of us in this room aren't even as bitch as some of the people right now
Right.
are. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, dude. Trust me, I'm a lot less bitch than a lot
I like
of
to
people
think that
I've
we're
run
not
into.
that. We're still bitch compared to our grandparents and everything.
I mean,
but like there are people that are just like, dude, like
How do you
Right.
get through being that bitch?
y'all, like, I think, okay, if I was set in 1940 and I had a choice, okay, you can get married to somebody that's leaving, or you can get married to someone and stay here and work and, like, do all of this stuff for the army. Well, you're scared that other things are going to happen to your country, and, like, you could get bombed, you could die, who knows what's going to happen. Also, all of your mental health is not real. You're a crazy person. You're going to get sent to an asylum if you're saying that you're not feeling good in a sense of mental
Yeah.
Yeah.
health, you know?
That was definitely not
me,
a good time.
right.
Not a good look during
by
that
the way,
time
they
period.
called it like shell shock back in the day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, oh, you got shell shocked. Now it's PTSD.
you
Yeah,
saw
you
your
just been
best
breathing a lot of
friend die in
napalm.
front
You
of
got
you.
a little shell shock.
They
you
Yeah.
know?
changed the name like 4 times as
Yeah.
like the decades went on.
And they're like,
because-
oh, wait, hey, you remember all that fucking burning shit that's going off? Yeah, I guess shit gonna give you cancer. You know what I mean? And make you go fucking blind or some shit.
What were you gonna say?
Sorry, we interrupted
if-
Faith.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I can't remember.
No,
If
you were
a-
talking- you
I
were talking
mean,
about mental health.
if anyone I knew, all the people that I know and including me, like, we go to doctors, we see therapists, we do this and that, but back then that wasn't a choice. So
Right.
anyone I know that's my friend now would be in an asylum back in that day.
Getting
that's
goddamn
kinda fucked up.
electroshock
Think about.
therapy
Like,
and all
I
sorts
would
of
be-
fucking torture shit, basically.
I would be in an asylum.
No,
And
I,
that's
yeah.
You and me
crazy.
would for sure.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because I think the people that were really in the asylum in those days were the people that were not like
No,
we're,
a man could literally take his wife to an insane asylum,
Yeah,
even
they
if
were-
she wanted to learn how to read.
yeah, they
That's
were
how
they were
intense it
burning
was.
women that just knew
Well,
how
I mean,
to
that's
read
a whole
and
nother
shit, you know,
can of
at some-
worms.
yeah.
That all that shit.
Yeah, but
A
I'm just
man's
saying.
word
I think
meant
in
more
we're
than
like
a
fairly
woman.
normal people. If somebody is like just walking through the street, they're talking about like extreme like schizophrenics, things like that. People that are like hearing voices, seeing shit, really going crazy. People like us that may have some anxiety and depression and have feelings. That's one thing. Somebody that's like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
That's
like
a can of
reacting
worms.
on
I'm
it,
not
I
trying
guess.
to like put any. I don't know. I
Anyway.
don't know. I wasn't there. Hey, can I tell you a joke?
Yes.
How many Vietnam War veterans would it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
You wouldn't know. You weren't there, pussy.
Okay.
All right, continue, Faith.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Okay, y'all want to hear a really weird story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, not that complicated of a story, but still weird.
You seem pretty pumped to
So-
tell it.
It's a good one. Okay. Sorry, Mom, if you see this, but my mom's mom, my grandmother, her brother was schizophrenic. And I've never heard like actual stories about schizophrenics before, besides watching documentaries or whatever. Thank you. So,
Faith's story today is brought to you by a swig of Jim Beam.
Bring it home.
Light resealable.
and a Miller Lite resealable.
Want a drink on the go? Miller Lite resealables.
For the man that wants to open and close his drink, who wants a light finger workout, get a Miller Lite resealable can. Brought to you by Huff and Brown. Faith, continue your
All right,
story,
sorry.
please.
Okay,
That
so I was raised Catholic, and I don't believe in Catholicism anymore. Mostly like every other person that was raised Catholic. We're all atheists
Seems
now.
to be a trend.
Yeah, but you know, I feel the same way. But you gotta admit that Pope Francis, good
He's
God, he's
awesome.
an angel, baby.
He's the best.
What do you guys like? Have a crush on him or something?
No,
Yes.
he's just kind of.
I think he's just
No,
the
he's
Pope
the
that smoked a little bit of the
sweetest.
jazz cabbage, and he's like, "Hey, you know what?
No,
Gay
he
people
gets
aren't so
it.
bad."
Yeah, fuck it.
And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, "Hey, you want to do what you want, man? Just be a good person." He's like, "Hey, this Beatles are pretty cool, don't you think?"
No, dude.
Dogs go to heaven. Yes, they do, Pope Francis.
Pope Francis, if you're listening, you can make me your Pepe Francis.
He just kind of tells us what we want to hear. Honestly, like, yeah, that's cool.
I will
be your
I will
cardinal any day.
reconvert for you.
He has a southern accent in real life. He's like, yeah, man.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey,
No
hey,
problem.
y'all
Hell
out
yeah,
there,
brother.
hey,
Dogs
y'all
go
out
to
there in
heaven."
Vatican land."
Well, you're a guy. Go ahead and get married. I don't care, man.
Hey, that's right. We ain't gonna be a bunch of Vatican's. We gonna be a Vaticans.
See, exactly. All right. Anyway,
Okay, so my grandma was raised in the mafia in Massachusetts. She's very Italian.
What family?
Uh,
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
What's her first name? Let's go.
Geraldine Di Vittorio.
Good God, that's a good solid
That is-
name.
That's
Good
all I
name.
wanted to hear. That's sensual, dude. That's
the
a
sexiest
sensual
name I've ever heard.
So
back.
she's told me multiple stories. Anyways, everybody that is Italian is very Catholic, very Catholic. So my, I guess it would be my great uncle. He was forced to go into the seminary as a kid. Went into the seminary. Nobody knows what happens, but I think some probably really fucked up shit happened. Anyways, later in life, they tell him he's schizophrenic. He gets to the point that he's like schizophrenic a lot. he's
like not
he's
just a
very
little.
much schizophrenic. He
He's very schizophrenic.
became a priest. He believed that God was calling to him, like wanted him to be his prophet, and believed that he could do bigger things for God. He believed that God was talking to him. He could hear God's voice. And at one point, he got completely naked, got on top of the altar at the church, at the Catholic Church, and tried to sacrifice himself to God.
My God.
Like laying on top of this thing because either the things that happened to him in his life because of the Catholic Church made him that way, or he was actually really schizophrenic.
Yeah, that's. I mean, who knows?
I have
Yeah.
similar
That's a
schizophrenic
That's a
story.
50-50 right there. Like, what happened to you? Does it make you that way, or were you always that way? I'm kind of leaning towards what happened to you made you that way.
Yeah, all I know is that I saw Jesus on a piece of toast on Facebook once. So I'm just gonna say that. That's what I
saw
do
one
know.
on a tortilla.
I saw one on a tortilla back here at that Cancun restaurant in Bellevue, Tennessee.
I was taking a piss at Choppers, and
The little urinal cake down there.
cake down there looked just like Jesus. Yeah, that's fucked up though. But I honestly I think that I think something can happen to you and that changes your.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
I think it's both. I think it's
I
like
think it could have like intensified the trauma could have
Intensified's a good way of
it,
putting
but
it.
here's a good question for y'all. What was your favorite book that you were forced to read in school?
Like literally forced to read in school.
Yes, like it was assigned to you and you had to read it. What was your favorite book?
Farewell to Arms.
I wasn't really forced to read a lot. We had this thing that it was
Why'd you look so confused? Just
yeah, I grew up in
I never
Ohio
read
too, and
that.
I was like, I
never read
heard
that.
by Ernest Hemingway. You ever read that?
No.
That wasn't not a
I might
requirement.
have read that just
Is that a book?
by myself.
he's
Wow.
just making
Edit
up
that
titles
out.
now.
We're
I
real
was-
educated.
The only
Edit
books
that
I
one.
was ever required to read in school that I can remember was the fucking Diary of Anne Frank. Fucking
You liked that?
the hat. No, I didn't. No, I'm saying this is the only ones I can remember being forced to read. Was that the fucking Hatchet and Siddhartha?
Farewell to Arms. I don't want to seem like an idiot on the podcast.
We had to
That's
read and
so
like take
bad.
these fucking reading tests and shit. We just got to pick the books we read.
Go pee.
Go. You got to
we'll
piss.
talk. No, when you go pee, we talk shit about
Dale.
I
It's
hope
his goddamn
Dale
fault.
shits his pants right now.
Right this
I hope he's
second.
shitting his pants right now.
I hope he
And
ate some
he's in the
fucking
pu-
Taco Bell and he fucking ate
Yeah.
too much fire sauce and he shits liquidy
he put too
blood
much fire
in his
sauce in his
underdrawers.
goddamn quesarito, and he shits his pants, and a bunch of his friends are there too. Everybody's there, and they're like, "Hey, Dale, I know your birthday was yesterday, but we're here at Taco Bell celebrating your birthday today because we couldn't be there yesterday." And he shits his pants in that Taco Bell. I hope that's happening right now.
I do too.
I'm teething with anger right now. Like,
It
I'm
is-
so angry.
We're like the three amigos.
It's supposed to be the three amigos.
And it's like he's playing the Lone Ranger today, and me and you are just fucking
Yeah.
Goose and Maverick here trying to fucking keep shit
Exactly right.
above fucking
And guess
you
what?
know, 20,000.
Guess what?
And
I'm Goose. I'm going to get shot into the fucking thing and die in the ocean like Goose dies. In
I
the
know,
movie.
dude. I know. I'm Maverick.
I hope I hope Dale is jacking his little dick right now in his bedroom and thinking about fucking horses. What were we
today.
talking about?
What was did you guys have to read the Eli Wiesel? I'm probably saying
Yes.
Catcher in the
Oh,
Rye?
Really was
yeah.
Bro.
I don't. What
I
was
can't
it called?
remember. There was
Was
there
it-
was
was
one
it
book that
Catcher
was
in the Rye?
mandatory.
Oh,
It was
Eli Whitney.
Eli Wiesel.
No, I'm
he
pretty
was
sure he
in
invented
the
the,
Holocaust.
Yeah, he was a prisoner in
cotton gin, dude.
Auschwitz.
Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin, Seth.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I'm
classic
looking
mix-up.
it up.
What about the Scarlet
can't
Letter?
write
Did you have to
that.
read that?
No, we had to read Beowulf.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, out of the ones
that's
that I
gotta
was
be a
forced to
Southern
read that I
thing.
can remember, I did like Hatchet, but I also
Night.
like Siddhartha,
Night.
dude.
Was it
Siddhartha
Night?
was not
That's
a
what it
bad
was.
little
never
read.
read
Oh,
Siddhartha.
the things they carried.
Pride.
That was another thing.
Dude, I had to read As I Lay Dying.
Go
I
ahead.
had to read As I Lay Dying, which is a book name, while I liked the band As I Lay
I
Dying.
read that book because I liked that band in high school,
I
and
know.
then I started reading it, and I was like, "This is a pretty brutal book." It
I had-
was
I had-
fucking brutal.
I had to read it. It was like required. You guys all read Catcher in the Rye, though, right?
Yes.
He's like, I'm gonna kill John Lennon.
Dude, I liked Catcher in the Rye.
Psychopath.
No, it was like an easy
Cannibal.
read. It was like a dude being like, "Oh, I'm so
Seth
mad
eats
about
people.
this." Whatever. What was your
I'll tell
favorite
you.
one?
Okay, so I'll tell you what, brother. My favorite book that I had to read in school was Holes.
Oh,
Holes.
Holes was
Holes.
good.
Holes
And
with a old what's his
Dig
name?
it out.
Shia LaBeouf.
Even
Picture the
Stevens.
Woods by Shia LaBeouf.
Dig it
Superstar
out.
Hollywood star Shia LaBeouf.
So we got to read that book, and then we got to go on a field trip to see the movie.
Man, that's
You
y'all
sound
fucking
so
lame,
southern
dude.
right now. We got to read that book.
And we got to read the book, and I'll tell you what.
Water's high.
No, but seriously,
Water's up.
Water's high.
up.
Tell you what,
Water's up.
them
Water's
holes
up.
been a little deeper today. It water's up. Been raining about the past quarter week.
seriously,
That's Captain America right there.
dude,
Yes.
that was like the original like twist in a book where you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like the twist in the end where I forget what it was, but like he was like they were digging holes because they were trying to find the treasure.
Treasure.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they ended up finding it, and then it ends with them having a fucking pool party.
Peaches and
Best ending ever.
onions.
And Shia LaBeouf got turned
That's in
into
the
a horned
movie?
toad by the sirens, and then he ended up just on the chain gang.
pool party
And then the
is a
boys
part of the
found
book.
him in
What
the
are you
movie
talking
theater and realized
about?
he wasn't turned into a horned toad. And then they all fucking rejoiced. I remember that.
No, dude,
I love that
dude,
movie.
that's the
Do
Odyssey.
not seek the
oh,
treasure.
the Iliad.
No, the Iliad is another book by Homer, but the Odyssey is what Oh Brother Where Art Thou was
Yeah,
based on.
you're right.
And I had to read that shit too, and that shit was boring as fuck. I liked the movie a lot better with George Clooney in it.
Yeah, I did too. A whole lot better. George Clooman. Oh wait, who,
George Clooman.
has anybody ever heard of
Yo,
this?
shout
this
out, yeah,
fella?
shout out to the Instagram page.
Yeah,
Clooman.
George Clooman. I don't know who's
You know
running
about
that
this?
shit,
George
but
Clooman.
dude, you've
Yeah.
got to look this up, dude. There's somebody out there that's created an Instagram account.
I don't know who it is.
I don't either. I have no fucking idea, but
have
it's
no
George
affiliation with this person
Clooman.
at all, but-
George
All right, I'm looking this
underscore
up.
Clooman. I'm pretty sure it's an underscore. I don't know, but this dude is great. It's like inspirational fucking pictures.
man, like,
and I think it's georgeforeman.com is the fucking affiliated website. So maybe it's George
Is
himself.
Clooman with 2 O's? Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he is. And
Yeah,
Seth
just like
already,
George
oh,
Clooman.
Seth and Vanessa already follow him.
I don't know who this
Okay.
guy is.
I don't
that's
have
doing
no idea who this guy is that is making
He
these
seems
things.
to be splicing pictures of George Clooney and
Yeah,
George
I don't
Foreman
know.
together.
He must like splicing faces and shit onto different pictures a lot.
As one does.
It's hilarious stuff. I mean, I wish I knew who it was.
I did too. I'd shake their hand.
Dude, all Dale's aside, though, Dale's a good guy.
I love Dale, dude. I just
So, tell me if y'all had a song for Dale.
Ooh, let's
oh, we
get
got.
to
I
this.
got one. Come Dale away, come Dale away, come Dale away with me.
And then we have I'm on a
Highway to Dale, highway to Dale.
Or my personal favorite. And I said, Dale, I said, Dale, what's going on?
Oh, we're not doing Dale then. All right.
Oh, wait. Look, Dale went down to Georgia and he was looking for a Dale to steal. He's in a bind. He was way behind. He's looking to make a deal. He came across this young Dale sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot. Then Dale jumped up on a hickory stump and said, Dale, let me tell you what. He said, Dale, you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And hey, Dale, if you care to make a bet, then Dale, I'll make a bet with you. He said, Dale, you played pretty good fiddle, boy, but you better give Dale his due. He said, better fiddle gold against your soul, because I think Dale's better than you. Dale said, hey, my name's Dale, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet you're going to regret, because I'm the best Dale's ever been. Dale gonna rising up your Dale and pay that Dale real hard, because Dale's broke loose in Georgia, and now Dale deals them cards. And if you win, you get that shiny fiddle made of gold. But if you lose, then Dale gets your soul.
You had a good one, though, Faith. What was,
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's it. I think that was the one.
no, but
tell you-
Faith had a good one, though.
Told you once, you son
Wait.
of a bitch.
What was it? Alanis Morissette, though? What was that, the?
Oh, no. Cause you had a bad Dale. You take it one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't, Dale. You tell me don't lie. You turn it and smile and you go for a Dale. You had a bad Dale. Don't you like? How does it feel to be a Dale? Oh, you had a bad day.
Here's my favorite one. Here's my favorite one, and your neighbor's gonna hate me. You ready?
Do it.
Who let the Dales out? Who let the Dales out?
Said the Dale was bright, the Dale was jumping.
R-E-O-P-I-O.
I think everybody did
So-
really good on this.
I think it was pretty fucking great. So that brings us to our favorite fucking time of the day, and that's a nice little game of this or that. So, Faith, I'm going to hit you with some this or that questions, and you're just going to pick one or the other. And I already know Seth doesn't really like people that's like, well, it's black and white. You got to pick one or the other. But, you know, whatever.
That was a weird
It's cool.
insult.
Okay.
You just got offended about it, you know.
Anywho.
It's a very weird
Okay,
insult.
so back to where I was going. Fuck you for getting me off topic.
Okay.
All right. Nicki Minaj or Cardi B?
God damn
God
it.
damn
dude.
it.
Every fucking time, dude.
Answer it, dude.
I would say I love them both in different ways. I like Nicki Minaj, and she's got some good raps, but also she's a phony. And I like Cardi B, but she's also a phony. Like, neither of them do their own shit. And I think maybe Nicki probably does a little bit more than Cardi B. But
Fuck you.
at the same time, Cardi B is very entertaining.
more
Except
entertaining.
for
I'm not saying that she's
like
not.
when she's freeballing her stuff, she's very entertaining. When she's actually performing, she sucks. When Nicki is performing, she's very good. And she's good at lip syncing. She's good at dancing. She's like doing it all. But Cardi
right
B,
about everything. I'm
Cardi
right
B
about it.
cannot lip sync. She can't like
Does
Why
she?
would you,
dance
why would,
and
why
act
would you
like
want to lip sync, dude?
Does she do
y'all
that
look
live?
it up. Yeah, she did it this
That's
year.
terrible.
That she, man. I mean, dude, she sounds good
Oh,
on the record.
That's all I care about, dude.
But like
you know the time we spend editing shit? People spend like 50 more hours of that making Cardi B sound cool.
I believe that, dude.
Just saying.
she's cool when
And they
she's
spend like the
talking,
same amount
like,
of time on Nicki Minaj, dude.
Yeah, but like
Ba boom,
she
the
can
boom,
pull
boom,
it
boom,
off,
boom,
though.
the boom, boom.
When she's freeballing, she can do it. Nicki Minaj, she's good at performing, but I don't want to hear her talk, really.
Remember that one
'Cause
time her
sometimes
shirt
she's a
almost fell
bitch.
off? She had to hold her shirt, otherwise her boobs would come out.
I thought that was Janet Jackson.
Yeah, I did too. Justin Timberlake.
Well, no,
ripped
that
her
happened
fucking
too. But one
thing
time
off.
during the MTV Movie Awards or Music Awards or whatever, she came out and her outfit malfunctioned, and she was like this, and she's like, but she had to hold her boobs. And
All right, I got one for
it
you.
was on a documentary about it.
Destiny's Child or the Beastie Boys?
Beastie Boys, dude.
Destiny's Child.
I'm going Beastie
And-
Boys on that.
What about you,
Okay,
dude?
those are two totally different
That's
things.
the whole. Yeah, that's the
Those are
point of the
two
game.
totally different
Yeah, it's the point of the
things.
game. You got to pick one or the other. This is a black and white game right here.
All right, I'm gonna go like a completely different direction.
Like, who would I listen to every single day?
You gotta pick
Destiny's
one.
Child.
All
yeah.
right, fair enough, dude.
Yeah, that's a close one though. 'cause
But
they're both
Backstreet
really-
Boys are in sync.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys are in sync.
I will tell you what, I am the minority when I say this. Backstreet Boys.
You're not the minority because that is a lot. Like, I had a test with this with a lot of people at work. I said NSYNC because I'm in all support of Justin Timberlake, but then she brought up a good point that I can't base my decision on the success of a very successful person.
Dude, I feel like
I base it off the songs and who I listen to more. I listen to Backstreet Boys more. My childhood, I remember getting in the car, going to dance with my friends. Her mom, one of my friends' moms, driving us to dance, popping the Backstreet Boys. album.
I think the Backstreet Boys win solely because of everybody. That song is a banger.
Yeah.
That's my
Rock
dad's
your
favorite
body.
song.
That song fucking
Dad loves
rules.
that song.
Yeah.
Dude, what about Bye 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 by the NSYNC?
By the
You
NSYNC.
say by the NSYNC. This is the Runners.
I would say
The Runners. Bye, 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 bye. I don't
That
want to
song's
be a
dope, too.
fool in the game for two.
And that video was dope. Justin Timberlake was
Love
like,
me, baby,
fucking
but it
balling.
ain't
Yeah.
no lie. Bye, bye, bye.
yeah, but
I
I'm
will
telling you,
say-
everybody. That
Yeah, you're
song
right. It's so fucking
rips, dude.
fierce, dude.
Oh god.
Anything, but here's the thing. I feel like anything past millennium, or like maybe not millennium, but like they're more recent. They're still putting out shit, and they're more recent stuff. It's just constant slow jams. I
Wait,
don't want your
Backstreet
slow
Boys
jams.
are?
Oh yeah,
They're
still
putting shit out right
They're
now.
out on
Yeah,
tour and
dude.
shit.
Yeah, they're
still
broke.
They were
going.
literally
They were trying to
just in a
work.
commercial with Chance the Rapper.
What?
Yeah, they're trying. They're
Last
putting
time I saw them was
themselves out
in This Is the End. In the very. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah,
And they're dancing in heaven.
yeah, that's a really good movie. That may be in their comeback right there.
Maybe. And they played that song. Everybody. All right, let's do like. Let's do some. Let's do some What You Look Like.
Faith.
Nope.
You wanna do
Not
a
what
what
you
you-
wanted to say, Spencer?
You wanna do a what-
You look like the guy that sells acid at Bonnaroo.
All right, fair enough, dude.
All right. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
What? Go ahead.
What were you gonna ask Faith?
Oh, I was just gonna get her to say something like, I was gonna not try to be a douche and just be like, for anybody listening,
That must be hard.
give them some words of encouragement or advice, like your mantra, if you will, like some words to live by. Give them some faith, words of wisdom.
Usually, most of the time, what I like to say is, okay, I'll just be over here fucking off.
All right, I'll just be over here fucking off. That's what Dale's doing right now. I guess he's taking a page out of your playbook today.
I don't know. If you're asking me, that's so hard. That's such a hard question. Don't judge a book by its cover. The slow and steady wins the race. And all's well that ends well.
And Miller Lite resealable cans. are
And
the
Miller Lite
truth.
resealable cans.
In case you want to save it for later.
Or you want to use
And
it for a
it's
spitter.
always darkest before the dawn.
Save it or don't.
That's
Miller Lite resealable cans.
that kind of resounds with me though. Like I'll be in the corner fucking off because I feel like so many people care about shit that doesn't even fucking matter. Like just do your shit, be a good person, and
Do it.
And I'll be over here
I'll be over here
fucking off.
fucking off.
Vanessa,
Yes.
why don't you do the same thing and let us give everybody some Vanessa Turk words of wisdom?
Okay, so probably a useless one. It's always darkest before the dawn. That's always a solid one. But I guess it's like probably the more serious one would just be like there's a reason to be excited for tomorrow. Cause it's just like coming from a long lesson of being so fucking miserable in trauma and in mental illness, and then just remembering, you know what? Actually, tomorrow might be exciting, so I'm not gonna off myself today. Like, it's just like as much of that sounded as a joke, but it's really true that we go every day going, well, it's just gonna be the same as usual, but you never know, and I'm finally in a good place with an awesome fucking job. I have a house over my head with 2 cats and a boyfriend, and tomorrow's gonna be, we might be doing the same thing, hanging out on the couch, but it's gonna be a fucking good day.
Fuck you, dude. Moral of the story.
But yeah, so I think that that's what it is. Just be excited for tomorrow.
Good things on the horizon. Don't fucking kill yourself.
What a positive
And-
message.
Also, don't let people tell you that your weirdness is your weakness, because it will be your ultimate strength.
Damn, go on,
That's
girl.
that's fucking real shit. That's what we're digging for. Give a round of applause.
Come on, girl, bring it home.
All right,
Faith
V.
Tucker,
All right,
you were a hell of a
all right.
guest.
All right, V. Better than Dale, V. Send us out.
I'm Lakshmi Singh, and this was Huff and Brown. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Way better than Dale. Way better. Cool music playing right now. It's gonna be like really cool music that it's like really good, dope ass. It's like dope ass shit that like it's been created.
Thanks, Thanks for listening.
That was fun.